and welcome along to AFTV. We are here in Los Angeles, Hollywood, baby, Hollywood, right? And we're living it up, man, and trust me, enjoying it. The sun is shining, it's a beautiful day, and we're here to preview the game. Arsenal versus Barcelona. And by the way, there's a lot of talk that this game could get cancelled because Barcelona, they had, some sort of virus go through their camp. They had to cancel their last game against Juventus. But the game should go ahead. It's going to be happening at the magnificent SoFi Stadium, which Cecil, I know you've been to that stadium.
It's incredible.
And that's said to, a lot of people say that it's the best stadium in the world. Yeah. And of course, it's owned by the owner of our club, Stan Kroenke. So it's going to be interesting to see that. But looking forward to this game. After the disappointment against Manchester United, I want to find out from you guys, what are you looking for? Turkish, what are you looking for out of this game? Because it is friendlies. We've got to remember that these are friendlies. The manager's trying to get players up to speed. The manager's trying to, really get different things out of different players. And the other thing we've got to remember is that we've got new players in this team as well. What are you looking for out of this game against Barcelona? Because it will be a test, a big one.
Yeah, I mean, they are friendlies, but I mean, the last performance was so flat and so dead that it is a bit worrying. And I think Arteta thinks the same with him bringing them back out for a bit of extra training at the end. Because as much as it is a friendly, it's also prep for the season.
Yeah.
So it's not be-all and end-all, pre-season friendlies. But what I need to see now against Barcelona is something from Havertz, for example. And I'm not asking him to bury it into the top corner from 30 yards. I just need to see something to understand what he's going to bring in that position a little bit more. And I want to see a strong lineup. I want to see Jesus up top. I want to see Saka and Martinelli either side of him. I want to see Declan Rice and Partey and Odegaard. I want to see the strongest lineup possible because we've only got a couple more friendlies left before the season starts. I think it's Barca, Monaco, then City in the Community Shield. So the pre-season friendlies, yes, it's not do or die, but you want to be seeing something, especially with the addition of a £100 million man. And Timber, who so far in pre-season, as much as the performances here and there have been underwhelming and the results too, Timber's been one of the shining lights in my opinion. So I want to see more of him too. So I just want to see an improved performance. The results don't necessarily matter, but I just want to see a strong team, improved performance, and ideally a win.
What about you, Cecil? What are you looking for from the team? I know you were really disappointed the other day. You were in the press conference with Mikel Arteta afterwards, and you came out and told us that he was really, really annoyed with the performance. What are you expecting to see?
A reaction. That's first and foremost to what we saw against Man United. I was very much looking forward to that Man United game. That was the one game in this pre-season US tour that I was like, this is going to depict how we're going to go into next season, because we saw against Chelsea, that was the main 11 that we saw play in the Premier League last season. I thought he was going to go with the 11 he was going to pick for the start of this season. And when I saw the performance there, I was disappointed. They had a weakened side, Man United, and we just didn't turn up at all. And yeah, it was a big letdown. So for this game against Barcelona, we definitely need to see a better reaction. We need to see them have more intensity. I think they actually are kind of like us fans, the players, in the sense that they just thought, they're on the hype of new signings, the back of last season, getting second, but playing good football. I feel like they felt things are just going to fall into place. And I think they got a big reality check. So they're going to need to really step up against Barcelona. And I'm glad Mikel made them all train after that game. And I'm sure he was angry because he came to that press conference and said, he's not taking many questions, and it kept it very quick and abrupt. So I need to see a reaction from them, and I do want to see the striker situation. It's not going to be finalised against Barcelona, but I need to see a clear understanding of what he's going to try and look to go for into next season.
Who would you start up front?
Well, we saw a lot of Eddie against United, so we've seen a lot of Eddie, so it only feels right that Balogun should start. I personally want to see Jesus be the main number 9. I think that's what Arteta's going to go with when it comes to the start of the season. But Eddie got given a big chance against United. I want to see the same sort of chance given to Balogun so we can kind of get an understanding of who is he really swaying more towards coming into next season? Or do we need to upgrade in that position? That's why I asked him in the press conference, what are you looking to do? And he didn't really give me a strong enough answer. So maybe I'll get a clearer picture when I see him play against Barcelona. And Balogun knows the SoFi Stadium. He just won the Nations League Cup there with his nation. He knows what it's like. He's been there, he's played there, he's performed there. So I feel like he deserves the opportunity. For us fans as well, everyone wants to see him in an Arsenal shirt leading that line. So just to get an understanding. So that's what I'm looking to see against Barcelona.
All right, what about you, Lee? I mean, are we sort of getting a bit too carried away with that loss against Manchester United? I know everybody keeps referring to Chelsea. Oh, we won at Chelsea. But then, I've also been in pre-seasons before, we've beaten Real Madrid, but then didn't do very well in the season.
Yeah,
We beat Bayern Munich,
Yeah.
then went and lost to them 5-1, and when we came down to the proper games, you know what I mean? I mean, are we getting too carried away because of what we saw last season? I mean, what are you looking to see out of these games?
Yeah, I think we can get a little bit carried away from it because I think like afterwards, when you know, within about a couple of hours, you're sort of over it and all that. I'm going to be honest, I was disappointed with the performance, and that's what I want to see, a much more improved performance. What I really want to see out of it is this last season. I went back from the pre-season tour excited about what I'd seen. You know, a lot of people ain't got the privilege of being out here and seeing what we've seen. We see Saliba, we see Jesus, we see Zinchenko, and we see things really looking like very, very good. I remember going to the game against Crystal Palace confident that we was going to win that game because of what we'd done on the back of pre-season. That's what I want to see now in this next game. I want to see us go in there and go, do you know what? We just weren't quite at the races. There was probably one game in front of us in terms of pre-season, so we just let it go and whatever. But I'm never in that camp of, oh, it's only pre-season, let it go and that. I'm always in a thing of like, you know, look at the results last season and look what it took us into the season.
Nor is Arteta.
I think Arteta's the same, I do
same.
think that, because I think in the past, we've had shabby pre-seasons. I remember not beating, was it Hearts or someone,
Yeah,
and then like, you know, and then Hibernian, and then we goes into to the season and we lose our first 3 games. So I do think it counts. I do think that it's something that matters. But when you do get a setback, it ain't the end of the world as long as you rectify it. And I think that's what I like, as you alluded to there, Cecil, that he got everybody training afterwards. You know, it wasn't right. One thing that, talking to the American fans, even yesterday when we went to that event, they were turning around and saying, we spent over $200, some $300 on that game to see a friendly and to see Arsenal not turn up. So that's disappointing for the New York fans. Don't disappoint the Los Angeles fans in the same way. You know, make sure you get the performance right. I'd like to see our main front three, but I don't think that's going to happen till Monaco and the Community Shield. I think that, don't forget, last season we didn't have that. We've got the Community Shield in the back pocket to look at that game, and that'll be a really good test for us. So I think that he knows he's got that up his sleeve to play his really strong side. But it'd be really interesting to see what happens with the back four. I'm also going to have to say I do want to see Zinchenko at some stage. You know, I think, you know, he's a vital player to us. But he's, like last season, there was, I think, a cluster of too many games missed, and now he's missing this. You know, I know he's got problems with the war situation, but I don't think it's that. I think it's injuries. So I do want to see him, because I do think he does make a big difference to this team. All
right, I'm going to sort of run through some starting positions, and I'm going to ask you guys the question, who do you want to start? Who would you like to see start out of these players for these various different positions? So let's start with up front, right? Who do you want to see start in that striker position? I'll start with you, Lee. Jesus, Balogun, or Eddie Nketiah?
I want to see Balogun in this one. I think that Jesus will play in the next 2 after this. So I want to see what Balogun can do.
Okay.
Jesus, time to go strong.
You want to see Jesus start?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I've said it, Balogun.
You want to see Balogun
This is the
start?
time to see him, yeah.
Okay, that left-back position, which Lee was just talking about, Kivior, Kieran Tierney, or Zinchenko?
Oh, this is a tough one.
It's great, squad depth.
It is. This is a tough
Or Tommy
one.
Asu?
Nah, I don't want to see
Tommy Asu can play
there. I don't want to see him.
He played the last one.
I don't want to see him there. I do want to see Zinchenko. I don't think Arteta will go with him, but I would like to see Zinchenko. Kivior's been done superb since he's been on this USA tour, but I'm gonna go with Zinni as well. It'd be good to see him.
Zinchenko, same question for you.
Tierney.
You want to see Tierney start?
Zinchenko, obviously, like, because he needs minutes as well, like, you know, so for me, Zinchenko.
Okay, for you, Zinchenko. At right back, Jurriën Timber or Ben White?
Ben White.
We'll see Ben White start.
Yeah, I think a lot of disrespect's been put on Ben White. He had a fantastic season this season. So then everybody's sort of saying, oh, like, you know, let's drop him and all that. I like Timber, I like what he's
Well, it's
doing.
not drop him, it's just a
Well,
friend.
you know, but, you know, I haven't seen enough of Ben White in this pre-season so far. So, for me, Ben White.
Okay. Ben White or Timber?
Timber for me. I might be the one giving the disrespect if that's the case. Because I think Timber's been super. I've loved watching him. So when he's on the ball, fantastic. I actually think, and it's not me disrespecting Ben White, because I love Ben White, but Ben White's got to keep a close eye on his shoulder because I think Timber's he's just maybe just under par to Ben White, but he's very close. I think that's going to be a good battle for who's
Or
going to
maybe even Timber at centre back. You know what I mean? Because he hasn't played. That's where he played all last year, and we haven't seen him in that position yet. Ben White or Timber?
I'm with Lee on the Ben White thing. I think Ben White starts the season for us. He was one of the top 2 centre-backs last season with Trippier, in my opinion. So he starts the season. But in this one, because I want to see Tierney left-back, it's Timber right-back.
Yeah.
If it's Ben White right-back, it might as well be Zinni left-back. Because I see those as the combination. So for me, Timber starts right-back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Personally, I'd like to see Timber start as a centre-back in this game and maybe take out Saliba. Wow. Just even for a half. Because, you know, he was a centre-back at Ajax. If anything happens to Saliba, we'll be expecting him to come in. I've not actually seen him play centre-back here. I've just been seeing him play as a right-back. So I'd like to see him play in that position. But there's plenty of positions to be debated. But listen, we're going to be at the game. We're looking forward to it. It's a big test. Barcelona. They've got great players. Ousmane Dembele, Lewandowski. If Arsenal make the sort of mistakes that we made the other day in the game against Manchester United, you can be assured that we will get punished. So this is why this is another really, really good test for the Arsenal Wednesday night at the SoFi Stadium here in Los Angeles against Barcelona. So listen, make sure you check out all of our content. Don't forget to subscribe to AFTV if you haven't already done. You will not miss a thing as long as you keep it locked here. Thanks for watching from here in Los Angeles. Hollywood, baby.
Hollywood, baby.
Right, we're looking forward
beach
to the
now,
game.
Robbie, beach now.
Beach now?
Thank
Come
you.
on, let's do that.